Hello everyone, in this video we will analyze the setup of artificial light and recreate a small interior that we see in this reference. What do we see in that reference? We have a cold night light from the window, which, judging by the reflections, is located behind to the side, and a warm light from the desk lamp. The scene is already prepared, and now I will clear all settings and we will work on the lighting together. We have removed all light sources, so the scene is dark. Let's go to the Light tab and select SkyLight. SkyLight can be placed anywhere in this scene without affecting anything. Currently there is no lighting. We need to configure the SkyLight. I will illuminate the scene using an HDRI map. So for SkyLight, I choose Cube Map and drag the HDRI map into the slot. The lighting is now visible. Since my HDRI map is all white, to create a night sky effect, I will add a blue tint to the HDRI map. Light color. And there we select the blue tint. Approximately like this. Next, we add post-processing. Let's make several settings right away. Type infinite and tick the box here. This allows post-processing to work throughout the scene. Next, we will adjust the exposure. I will go inside the room for this. Switch to light only mode to disable material effects for easier light adjustments. Post-process exposure. I choose manual method. Uncheck this box here and adjust the exposure value accordingly. I make it like that approximately. I put the manual settings so that when we position cameras, the exposure will not change its values. Now we need to bake the generated light. Before that, we need to make some settings. In the post-processing, type global. So automatically Lumen is the rendering engine, but since we want to bake light, we need to turn it off. The next step is SkyLight. Type cast shadow. Cast ray tracing shadow. Disable this value here. Now everything is ready for us to bake the light. Go to the Build tab, select GPU lightness. You can leave the default value for this test render. I will reset them and click Build Lighting. I will uncheck this box to speed up the baking process. The lighting is now baked. Now I want to position the camera to adjust the light closer to the reference later. Create a camera, CineCameraActor. Go directly to the camera. Perspective, CineCameraActor. Next, go to the camera settings. The first thing I do is adjust the frame format by entering a value taken from the reference format. I will adjust the focal length to 100 and the aperture to 22 to make the image clear. Adjust camera values to be clearer, 0 and -90. Change the camera position. It's easier to select one unit here and change the camera position. Now in camera I want to change focus distance. Checking here to create the supporting plane and inserting firstly approximate values, and then with the supporting plane I find precise values, like that. With the main camera adjustments we are finished. Now adjust the light from the lamps. Now adjust the light for the lamps. Before that, make sure that ray tracing shadow is enabled in the settings. Go to Settings, Project Setting, type Ray Tracing. Ray Tracing Shadow. Ensure the checkbox is selected. By using this method, we will achieve the highest quality shadows. Next, create a point light. Set it up in the desired position. Bloom is now visible, which is quite distracting. Let's disable it. Go to PostProcessVolume and a Bloom. Set intensity to 0. Go to the camera view and adjust our light source. Source radius determines shadow softness. Next, adjust the light temperature, intensity. Slightly refine the light source's position. It's more convenient to do this from a top view. For that, we click here and move all light source. Now we have to adjust the materials to let the light pass through the lampshade. In order to achieve that, materials are quite important. Navigate to Lit tab. What I want to do next is add an additional light source. This is to refine the shade material more precisely and disable its influence on the shade. To do this, select the shade, change the channel from 0 to 1. Now the light source does not affect the shade, because it is in channel 0. Verify this with the point light and confirm that its channel is 0. Create an additional light source, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. Assign this light source to channel 1 to interact with the shade. I will now adjust its position. Begin by adjusting the light source. First, turn off cast shadows. Decrease the light intensity. Set the light temperature. Compare the result with the reference. On reference, we can see that in this zone and here, the light from the window is stronger. It's easier to adjust it with additional lights. Let's go to Light. This time select a rectangle light. Adjust its position. Change the light size, light angle, intensity, and merging radius. Add a similar light source to this area. Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. Place it in the right position. Go to the camera view and fine-tune our light sources. For now, disable the second light source and work on the first one. Reduce its intensity. And give it a cooler tone to simulate the night light. Now enable the second light source and perform the same operations. Adjust the light intensity and tone. Now I want to remove the influence of this light source on the table. In order to do that, I assign a second channel to this light source, channel 2. I will remove the 0 channel. Add the second channel to the wall, channel 2. The light source now only affects this wall. Compare the final result with the reference. It's close to the desired result. I want to slightly adjust the position of the main light source to illuminate this part of the chair. Now I'm satisfied with the lighting. Currently you may notice some slight shadow roughness, which might go away when we calculate the sequence. Everything is fine for now. If there are any other artifacts, you can enhance the light quality at the light source by going to Sample per Pixel. Select the light source, Sample per Pixel, and adjust the value higher. Avoid setting significantly high values as it affects performance. Once the light is set up, perform the final light baking. I have done it with these settings. Under Billing, select Light Mass, set values to 2048 and 256. There are 2 checkboxes. Proceed with baking and then view the frame in the sequencer. I have already done it. Let me show you the result. Here is my final result. Let's compare it with the reference. We have set up night lighting and artificial light from the lamp, achieving sharp shadows and soft light from the lampshade.